Hello student. In this video I am going to solve the most expected question in NEET 2020 from the chapter thermodynamics. Let me solve the first question here. 16 kg oxygen gas expands at STP isobarically to occupy double of its original volume. The work done during the process is nearly. Okay, so let me take the equations here to calculate the work done here. So the work done, that is, which is equal to the W, which is equal to the minus the P external into the changes in the which is the volume. Okay, so now you have to identify what exactly the volume. So generally we know that. So 1 mole is nothing but the which is the 32 gram of the oxygen. Okay, which occupies 22.4 liters at STP. So this is the concept here. Okay, and now here the mass of the oxygen they are given the 16 kg. Suppose if I take the in terms of the gram, that becomes the 16,000 gram. We don't know what exactly the volume of the which one. This is the oxygen. Okay, so now if you do the cross multiplications here, we are going to get the 22.4 into 16,000. Okay, so divided by the 32, and here we got the volume of the which one, 11,200 liters. So this is, I can take it as a which is the V1. But according to the question, okay, you just identify the oxygen gas expands at STP to occupy double of its original volume. Initial volume is 11,200. So double means what? I can take it as a which in the 2 into of this value, that refers to which in the 22,400 liters. Okay, now see here, let me substitute the particular value here, the W, which is equal to what is the pressure they're given the which is the 1. Okay, so initially, so there is a delta V, the changes in the volume. So that is the 22,400, the minus the 11,200. Okay, and now we got the particular value, that is W, which is equal to what, the minus 11,000, that is the 200. Okay, this is nothing but the which is the liter into atmosphere. Okay, so but you have to convert the word in terms of the which is the kilocalorie. Okay, just go to this one here, the one more conditions here, you have to remember this one here. Okay, that is the 1 liter atmosphere. 1 liter atmosphere, which is equal to which is the 101.3 joules. Okay, and now what you have to do is what, you have to multiply the particular value, okay, into which is the 101.3, that is the joules. Okay, and here we got, that is the 1134 the 560, this much of the joules. Okay, I am going to take this as the negative value. Okay, and again you have to remember the one more concept, that is the 1 joule, which is equal to 0.000, so 239, that is the kilocalories. Okay, this is the one more, this is the value you have to remember. Okay, and again if this value is multiplied by, that is the minus 11, so 34560, so is multiplied by the 0.00239, and finally we got the value, that is which is the minus 271 kilocalories. But here what you have to calculate here, that is the work done during the process. That means you have to change the sign conversion, that becomes the 271, that is the kilocalories. Okay, so hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the D. Okay, so next one. In an insulated container, the water is stirred with a rod to increase the temperature. Which of the following is true? Okay, now you just identify this one. This is what in an insulated container. So just identify this one here. Here the container is which is the insulated. This is what the container is insulated. Okay, so now we can easily say that the which is if the container is insulated, hence we can identify the Q value, which is equal to the 0. Okay, and see the next one, the water is stirred with the rod. Okay, so that means when the water is, that means if the water is stirred by the rod with the rod, you just identify the water is, that is the stirred with the rod. Okay, that means there will be a which is some work is going on to the particular the system, hence we can say the W, which is not equal to the 0. That means there is a work is going on. Okay, that means the water is stirred with the rod. Okay, now see the next concept here. That means when you the water is stirred with the rod to increase the temperature. We know that as the temperature increases, okay, so delta U is also what, increases. Okay, that means the delta U, which is not equal to what, 0. Okay, so now we got the one this case, that is the Q value which is equal to the 0 because of these conditions. And next thing is we know that the delta U which is not equal to the 0 because as the temperature increases the changes in the internal energy. Okay, that means we can identify some changes here. And next thing is the W which is not equal to 0 because the water is stayed with the rod. Okay, hence we can identify the Q value which is equal to 0. So delta U which is not equal to 0 and the W which is not equal to the 0. Okay, hence in this case the option is that is the A. Okay, so next one. The molar heat capacity of water at constant pressure PE75, that is the joule per Kelvin per mole, when 1.0 the kilojoule of the heat is supplied to 1000 gram of water, which is free to expand, the increase in temperature of the water is. Okay, just go to this one here. So now we have to identify the expand to increase in the temperature of the water. That means you have to calculate which is the delta T. Okay, and now you have to know the relation between the heat supplied, molar heat capacity at constant volume and the temperature change. Now we are having the equation, this is the Q which is equal to N into Cp into delta T. So N we have to calculate this is the number of the moles. Okay, now they are given the Q value. So what is Q value they are given? That is you just identify when 1.0 kilojoule of the heat. Okay, so that is the 1.0 kilojoule. You have to convert in terms of the joule. That becomes the 1000 joule. So we got the Q value. Similarly, you have to calculate which is the N. N is nothing but the number of mole. That is the mass by molar mass. Okay. So what is the mass of which in the water they are given? That is the 1000. Okay. Molar mass of the water is the 18. Okay. Let me take this one as it is here. Okay. And for the Cp for the value what they are given is 75. That is the joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay. Now substitute the value here. That means Q which is equal to N into Cp into which one? This is the delta T. What is the Q value we are having here? That is the 1000. The N value I am going to write it as it is here. The 1000 divided by which is the 18. Okay. The Cp value what we are having, that is the 75. We don't know the temperature changes in the temperature. Now we have to calculate this one. That is the delta. That is the T. The delta T which is equal to which one? The 1000 into 18. Okay. So divided by 1000 into 75. So here this will be gets cancelled. Hence the delta T, that is the 18 divided by 75. Here we are going to get the which in the 0.24 Kelvin. Okay. Hence in this case the option is that is the D. Okay. So next one. The enthalpy and entropy change for a chemical reactions are minus 2.5 into 10 to the power of 3 calorie and 7.4 this is the calorie per Kelvin respectively. Predict the nature of the reactions at 298 Kelvin. Okay, just identify this one here. So I am going to write the given conditions. Okay, delta H. So what is the delta H value they are given? That is the minus 2.5 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay, that is the calorie. And the next thing is what they're given the which one's the delta H, that is the entropy, that is the 7.4, that is the calorie per the Kelvin. Okay, so you have to predict the nature of the reaction. You just identify this one here. So we know that the delta G which is equal to delta H minus T delta S. You just identify. So what is the delta H value we are having? That is the minus. And what is the delta S we are having? That is the positive. Okay, when you have the positive value, that is the minus into the plus, that becomes the minus, and this also having the minus. Hence the delta G value is always less than the 0. That means we are going to get the delta G becomes the negative. So hence it is a which is the spontaneous process, because whenever if we get the delta G value will be the negative, that shows that it is a which one? The spontaneous process. Okay, so hence in this case the option is a which one? That is the A. Okay, so next one. The standard heat of formation of nitrogen dioxide and the dinitrogen tetroxide are 8.0 and 4.0 the kilocalorie per mole respectively. The heat of dimerization of NO2 in kilocalories is. Okay, so let me write the particular they were the given condition. The standard heat of formation of nitrogen dioxide. Okay, it is always you have to write in terms of the which the 1 mole of the particular the molecule here. That is the of N2 plus O2, okay, which gives, that is what the NO2. Okay, so what is the given conditions they are given? That is what the delta H, which is equal to, which is what the 8.0, okay, that is what the kilocalorie, that is what the per mole. Okay, so similarly for the, which is what the dinitrogen tetroxide, that is what the N2 plus 2O2, so which gives, that is what the N2O4. What you are going to get? The N2O4, the delta H, which is equal to 4.0, that is what the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so now see this one. This is what the particular the given conditions here. Now what you have to do is what the dimerization of the what the NO2. Okay, let me write the particular dimerization equations here. So that is the 2NO2, which gives you what the N2O4. Now you have to calculate the, which is what the changes, that is what the heat of dimerization. We don't know this one. Okay, just identify this one here. Here the dinitrogen tetroxide are there in the, which is what the product set. That means here also they are the same thing. But NO2 it is in the what the product here, but means here it is a, which is what the reactant side. That means what you have to do, we have to reverse the what the particular the equations one. Okay, let me take, this is the what the equation 1, and this will be the what the equation 2. Okay, now see this one here. Okay, I'm going to reverse. Okay, so reverse the, okay, reversing and multiply, multiplying the equation 1, that is what the equation 1 by 2. Okay, so we are going to multiply by the, which is what the 2. That means, okay, I'm going to reverse this one here. So here we are going to get, okay, just identify this one here. So that is what the 2NO2, which gives, that is what the N2 plus, that is what the O2. Okay, just identify. That means I'm going to multiply this one here. This is the what the 2O2. Okay, and now you just identify the what the delta H. If I reversing, that means the sign is also changes. That becomes the what the minus 16.0. Okay, that is what the kilocalorie. Okay, and now I'm going to take this one as it is here. That is what the N2. So plus O2, which gives you what the N2O4. Okay, see this one. The common term here, the nitrogen will be gets cancelled, and here also we are having, which is the 2NO2. This also gets cancelled here. The remaining is 2NO2, which gives N2O4. But in this case, the delta H, that value that will be remains what the same. Here I am going to write the, which is what the plus 4.0. Okay, and now this is the what the kilocalorie. Okay, so now you just identify this one, the remaining value, that is the minus 12.0, that is what the kilocalorie. Okay, hence in this case the option is, that is what the A. Okay, so next one, now see the sixth question here. For a gaseous reaction A plus 3B, which gives 3C plus 3D, delta is 17 kilocalorie at 27 degrees Celsius, assuming R is 2 kilocalorie, the calorie per Kelvin per mole. The value of delta H for the reactions will be, okay, so we have to calculate the delta H. Okay, let me write the particular the given reactions here. That is what the A of G plus 3B, it is also a, which is what the gas, which gives 3C, it is a gas, plus 3D, it is also a what the gas. Here we have to calculate the what the delta H. We know the delta H equation, that is your the delta H, which is equal to delta U plus, so delta N of G into RT. And here we have to calculate the, which is your the delta N of G, that is your the number, the changes in the number of gaseous moles here. Okay, that means the number of gaseous product minus the or the number of gaseous reactant. So in the gaseous product we are having 6, and the reactant we are having, which in the 4. The finally we got the, which in the value is the 2. So okay, let me substitute the value. This is they are given, the delta U is nothing but the delta E. So they are given the what the kilocalorie. Let me convert into the what the this is what the calorie. So plus delta N, we got the what the 2, and R is given the what the 2, and the temperature in terms of the Kelvin is the what the 300. Okay, if you solve the what the rest of the things here, we are going to get this becomes the, which is the 1200. If you add, this becomes the what the 18200. This is nothing but the which in the calorie. But now we have to convert in terms of the, which is what the kilocalorie. That means you what the 18.2. That is the, which is what the kilocalorie. Okay, hence in this case the option is a which one, that is the word the C. Okay, so next question. A mixture of 2 mole of carbon monoxide and 1 mole of oxygen is ignited. The correct relationship is, okay, now just go to the particular reactions here. So there's a 2 mole of carbon monoxide. Okay, see this one here, the 2 moles of carbon monoxide. So it is a what, the gas. So undergoes the which is the what, the combustions. Okay, that means in the presence of the what, the oxygen. Here we got, that is the word the 2, that is the word the O2. Okay, so now you just go to this one here. So what is the word the delta N of G, that is the word the number of the what, the gaseous, this is the product minus the what, the reactant. I can write as a 2 minus 3, which is equal to, that is the what, the minus 1 we got. Okay, so let me substitute the what, the particular in the what, the equation, the delta H, which is equal to delta U minus delta N of G into the which is the word the RT. Okay, let me write this one as it is here, that is a delta H, which is equal to which is the delta U. So now you just identify this one here, what you are having, this is what the plus. Okay, this is the word the, I'm going to write the word the plus and see the word the delta N, what we got, that is the word the minus 1. Okay, let me write this will be value will be as it is here. Okay, so now the delta H, which is equal to which is the word the delta U minus, that is of the which is the word the RT. So by looking at this expression, we come to know that the word the delta H is always less than the which one, that is the word the delta U. Okay, so hence we can identify the delta U will be greater than the which is the word the delta H. Okay, hence in this case, okay, the option is, that is the word the C. The option is C. Okay, so next one. The bond dissociation energy of XY and the X2 and Y2, okay, all are diatomic molecules, are in the ratio of 1:1:0.5, and delta H, that is the enthalpy of formation of XY is minus 200, that is the kilojoule per mole. The bond dissociation energy of X2 will be. Okay, so see the particular the concept what they're given here. Okay, so let me write the particular this one here. Okay, so now we have to identify the which is the bond dissociation energy of X2. Okay, see this one, the enthalpy of formation of the XY. Okay, let me write the enthalpy of formation of the XY, that is the half X2 plus half, that is the Y2, so which gives that is the XY. So here they are given the delta, that is the enthalpy of formation, which is equal to which is the minus 200, that is the kilojoule per mole. Okay, this is the given conditions. Okay, and one more thing they are given, that is which is this one, that is the ratio, the bond dissociation, that is the energy. So the bond dissociation energy. Okay, so for the which is the XY, okay, they are given in the ratio, that is the 1, and for the which is the X2, it is also the 1. For the Y2, they are given the which is the 0.5. Okay, so okay, just go to this one here. Let me take the bond dissociation energy of XY. Okay, so XY I can take it as a which is the X, and here also I can write it as a which is the X, and this one I can write it as a which is the point, that is the 5X. Okay, so now you just identify, that is the half into X2. Okay, just identify. So what is the particular ratio they are given, that is the X, but here it is the half. That means I can write it as a which is the half into X. Okay, plus, so here it is a which is the Y2. Y2 will be the 0.5. Again the half. I can write it as a which one, 1/4 into the X. Already we are angling the 0.5. Half of the 0.5, that becomes which is the 1/4. That is nothing but the 0.25. Okay, and here we are going to write it as a which is the X. Okay, this is the particularly the given conditions. Okay, and next thing is the enthalpy of formation. Okay, let me write the enthalpy of formation, which is equal to the product minus the which is the reactant. Let me write this is the X. Okay, minus. Okay, so I'm going to write it like in this form, that is the 1/2 into X, so plus 1/4 into the which is the X. So now the delta H, that is the enthalpy of formation, that is equal to X minus 3/4 into X. So now here we got the which in the delta, that is the enthalpy of formation, that becomes the which one, that is the 1 by 4 into the what the x. So what is that enthalpy of formation, the value they are given, that is what the minus 200, which is equal to what the 1 by 4 into the what the x. So now the what the x value what we got, that is what the minus 800. Okay, but see the next one here, what we have to calculate is the bond dissociation energy of x2. Okay, let me write the word here, the bond dissociation energy of x2, so which is equal to what the x, according to the what the given condition. X2 is nothing but the what the x. Okay, so now what is the x value we got, that is what the bond dissociation energy, that means the energy which is required to break the what the bond, that means here that is what the release of energy, but the requirement of the energy, that is the changes in the sign convention, that refers to which is what the plus 800, that is what the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so this is what the value what you are going to get. Okay, hence in this case the option is that is what the A. Okay, so next one. So see the ninth question here, the enthalpy of formation of ammonia is the minus 6 kilojoule, and the delta H of hydrogen to hydrogen bond and delta H for nitrogen to hydrogen bond respectively, Y kilojoule per mole and the Z kilojoule per mole. The value of delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen is. Okay, so let me write here the particularly what the reactions here. Okay, so that is what the half into, so that is nitrogen, so plus the what the 3 by 2 of hydrogens to get the which is what the 1 mole of the which is what the ammonia. Okay, so here we have to calculate the which is what the delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen bond. Okay, so now we know that the what the enthalpy of formation, which is equal to which is what the changes in the enthalpy of the which one, the reactions, which is equal to, that is what the bond dissociation energy of reactants. Okay, so minus the which is what the bond dissociation energy of products. Okay, so this is the what the particularly what the equations to calculate this one. Okay, so let me take the what the bond dissociation energy of the what the reactants. Okay, we are angling what the reactant, that is what the half. Okay, so half into delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen. Okay, so plus, so 3 by 2, that is what the delta H of hydrogen to hydrogen. This is for the what the reactants. Okay, so the minus, okay, the bond dissociation energy of the product, that means what the here we are angling just identify. If we are talking about the structure of the what the ammonia, here we can identify that is what the 3, that is what the nitrogen to hydrogen bond. Hence I am going to write, so 3 into, so delta H of nitrogen to hydrogen bond. Okay, so now what is the enthalpy of formation they are given, that is what the minus x. Let me write what the minus x here. So now just go to this one here. So here we don't know the what the value of delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen bond. This value I am going to keep it as it is here. So plus 3 by 2. So what is delta H of hydrogen to hydrogens, that is what the value will be the which is what the y. Okay, so this is into, that is what the y. Okay, so this is the what the reactant one. Okay, the minus, so that is what the 3 into the delta H of, there is a nitrogen to hydrogens, there they are given the which is what the Z. Okay, so now I am going to write this one, this is the minus x, the minus x which is equal to, we don't know the what the value for this one. Let me write the what the this one as it is here, the delta H, that is what the nitrogen to nitrogen bond. Okay, so here I am going to write the which is what the 3 by 2 into y. Okay, so minus we are having which is what 3z. Okay, if we take the particularly with the two terms here, this becomes which one, so minus 2x which is equal to, so delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen triple bond. Okay, so this remains will be the as it, this is the 3y, and this is changes to which is what the 6z. Okay, and now we have to calculate the which is what the delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen bond, so which is equal to, okay, now we are going to identify, this comes to the which is the left hand side, that becomes the which one, the 6z, and this is the which is what the minus 3y, and the what the minus 2x. So this is the final expressions what we got. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the what the B. The option is B. Okay, so next one, the value of delta H, okay, the delta H naught in the kilojoule for the reactions will be. Okay, so let me write you the particular what the reactions here. Okay, you just go to this one, the carbon disulfide reacts with the what the nitrosyl, that is what the nitrosyl chloride, so which gives you what the carbon tetrachloride, and also we are going to get the which is the sulfur dioxide, and also this is what the nitrogen gas. So this is the what the particle the given conditions here. So now what you have to calculate, that is you what the delta H naught, which is equal to, that is you what the formation of the which in the formation of the which is what the particle is the product by the which is what the minus the what the reactant. Okay, let me write the what the particle. This is the enthalpy of formations of the carbon tetrachloride. So plus, so now we are engaging the 2 into the enthalpy of formation of the which is what the this is what the particle the what the sulfur dioxide. So plus the 2 into that is what the enthalpy of formation of the which is what the nitrogen. Okay, so this is the what the particle is what the product here, minus the which is what the reactant. Let me write the what the delta H. Okay, the formation of the which one, the particular that is what the carbon disulfide. Okay, so and also okay, and also there is a given the which is what the nitrosyl chloride. I am going to write the 4 into delta H for the which is what the NOCl. Okay, just go to this one. So what is the value they are given? This will be the what the Z. So plus, and now we are going to have the what the 2 into that is what the minus R. Okay, so plus here they are not given the what the value, hence I am going to take this will be the what the 0. Okay, so now here I am going to take this with the minus. Okay, here we are going to have the what the minus X, and plus we are having, I am going to write the which is what the 4 into that is what the minus Y. Okay, so this is the particular value that becomes what the Z minus 2R. Okay, and next thing is what the minus into minus, that becomes what the plus X, and the next thing is what the plus 4Y. Okay, I'm going to write in the what the particle the what the this order here. So this becomes you what the X plus 4Y. So and the next thing is which is what the plus Z, that is what the minus 2R. Okay, hence in this case the option is that is what the D. Okay, so next one, see the 11th one here. The work done in an open vessel at 300 Kelvin when 112 gram iron reacts with the dilute HCl to give the what the ferrous chloride is nearly. Okay, so let me take the particle what the reactions here. Okay, just go to this one here. So 2Fe okay reacts with the what the hydrochloric acid, which gives you what the ferrous, that is what the chloride, and there is a liberation of the which one the what the 1 mole of the which one the hydrogen gas. Okay, so now what is the particles what the atomic mass, that is what the atomic mass will be the what the 56. Okay, just identify this one here. So if you take the what the 56 gram, okay, if you take only the what the one, that is what the 1 mole of the what the iron, if you take the what the 56 gram, which liberates the which is what the 1 mole of hydrogen gas, 1 mole of the what the hydrogen gas. But actually the what is the mass of the what the iron, that is the what the this one, that is the what the 112 gram. If you take the what the 112 gram of the which is what the iron, okay, this is a theoretical one, so it is not according to this one here. This is the what the 56 gram. If it is 112 gram, that means exactly the what the double, that means we don't know what exactly the what the number of moles. Now if you do the what the cross multiplication, that is the what the 1 into 112 divided by 56, which is equal to which is what the 2 mole of the which one the hydrogen gas. Okay, now we got the which is what the number of moles. Now we have to calculate. So W, which is equal to which is what the minus P into which is what the delta V. Okay, so now this is also be written as a which is the minus, that is what the delta N of G into the which is what the RT. So what is delta N value we got, that is what the 2. Okay, so into R value I'm going to take it as what the 2, and the temperature in terms of the what the Kelvin is what the 300. Now here we got that is what the minus 1.2, that is what the kilocalorie. But if work done, you have to change the what the sign convention, that becomes which is what the 1.2, that is what the kilocalorie. So hence in this case the option is which one, that is what the A. The option is A. Okay, next one. The correct thermodynamic conditions for the spontaneous reactions at all temperatures. Okay, now we have to identify this one here. Okay, so you just go to this one here. So for spontaneous one, so we know that if it is what the spontaneous, the reaction, the delta G value should be the which is what the negative. Okay, or else the delta G value that will be the less than the what the 0. Okay, so now we know the equation, that is the delta G, which is equal to delta H the minus the T delta S. So what are the conditions if the delta G becomes the negative? The one thing is, okay, just identify this one. If the delta H will be the less than the 0, and the next thing is the delta S will be the greater than the 0, and one more condition is the delta S which is equal to the 0. So when you have these type of the value, so when you have these type of the value, we can easily say that the delta G is always less than the 0. Okay, just go this one. If you have the lesser value, just identify this is the lesser value, it is having a negative value. Okay, so and the next thing is the delta S will be the greater than the 0. That means if we're talking about the positive value, if you're talking about the positive value, that is the minus into the plus, that becomes the minus, and the delta G becomes the less value. And even the delta S which is equal to 0, that means when you have delta H which is equal to less than the 0, if delta S which is equal to 0, this becomes the 0, hence it is depending upon the delta H. Okay, hence you have to identify this condition. Okay, hence in these conditions we can identify the delta H which is equal to less than the 0 and delta S which is equal to the 0, hence the reaction is spontaneous. You are going to get the which in the negative value. Okay, so next one. Now see the next one here. Which of the following is the correct the option for free expansion of an ideal gas under the adiabatic conditions? Okay, just identify this one here. For free expansion, see the particular the conditions what they're given. For free expansion, okay, we come to know that the P external which is equal to which is the 0. Okay, so therefore W which is equal to the 0. Okay, now we know that delta U which is equal to which is the W plus the Q. Okay, and now we can easily say that if the W which is equal to the 0, the delta U which is equal to which is the Q. Okay, see the next one here. Since the expansion, okay, since the expansion is which in the adiabatic. Okay, so if it is for the which is the adiabatic, if it is for the adiabatic, that's the conditions here. Okay, that means the Q value which is equal to the 0, and the delta U which is also equal to 0. And now you just identify this one. As the temperature increases, the delta U is also the increase. If the delta U which is equal to the 0, and the delta T which is also the 0, because the U is proportional to, that means the U is proportional to which is the temperature. Okay, hence we can identify. So now hence we can identify Q which is equal to 0, delta T which is also equal to 0, and the W which is also equal to the 0. Okay, hence in this case the option is, that is the D. Okay, so next one. If the enthalpy change for the transitions of the liquid water to steam is 30 kilojoule per mole at 27 degrees Celsius, the entropy change for the process would be. Okay, just identify this one. So here, that is the changes in the entropy. That means the delta S of the which is the vaporization, which is equal to which is the delta H of the vaporizations to the which is the temperature. So what is the delta H for the vaporizations they are given? That is the 30 kilojoule. That means you have to convert into the joules. Okay, that is the 30,000. Okay, so what is the temperature in terms of the which in the Kelvin? That is the which is the 300. Hence we are going to get, that is the 100. That is the joule per mole per Kelvin. So hence in this case the option is, that is the A. Okay, next one. Now see the 15th question here. The following two reactions are known. In this case we have to calculate the value of delta H for the following reactions. Okay, let me write you the given the reactions here. Okay, that is what in the first one they are given the Fe2O3, so reacts with the carbon monoxide, which gives you the Fe plus 3CO2, and they're given the delta H value. The delta H value will be the minus 26.8 kilojoule. Okay, let me take this will be the equation 1, and for the second one, if I take the ferrous oxide plus carbon monoxide, which gives, that is the Fe plus the CO2, the delta H which is equal to which is the minus 16.5 kilojoule. Okay, so this will be the I'm going to take the equation 2. Okay, now we have to calculate the delta H for the next reaction. That is what Fe2O3 plus carbon monoxide, which gives 2 FeO plus the which is the carbon dioxide. Okay, we don't know what exactly the delta H value for this one. Okay, just identify here the ferric oxide is there in the which is the right hand side, but here the ferric oxide is there in the left hand side. That means what you have to do is what we have to reverse the particular the equation 2. That means not only by reversing here, so but also we have to multiply by the 2. Okay, so reversing and multiplying. Okay, that is the multiplying the equation 2. So equation, that is the 2 by 2, isn't it? Okay, now just identify this one here. Okay, I'm going to do the particular calculations in this case here. Okay, let me write this one as it is here. That is the Fe2O3, so plus 3CO, so which gives, okay, I'm going to add equation 1 and equation 2 of this one, reversing and multiplying the equation 2 by the 2. Okay, and here we are going to have the which is the plus 3CO2. I'm going to write the delta H value, that will be as it is here. That is the minus 26 point, that is the 8, that is the kilojoule. And now I'm going to reversing and multiplying the equation 2. Now that this becomes the 2Fe plus the 2CO2, which gives, that is the 2FeO, that is the FeO plus, okay, and the next thing is the 2CO, this is the carbon monoxide. Okay, so now we have to identify the common terms in the both the side here. Okay, just identify here. So Fe gets cancelled. Okay, here the 2 carbon monoxide, here the 3, the remaining is the 1. Similarly here we are having which is the 2 carbon monoxide, and here it is having which is the 1, the remaining is the 1. Let me write the remaining here, that is the Fe2O3, so plus, that is the carbon monoxide, which gives, that is the 2FeO plus the which is the carbon dioxide. But in the equation 2, what you have to do, we have to reverse and you have to the which one multiply by the 2. That means here the value what you are going to get. Okay, just this becomes the reversing, that becomes the sign will be the plus. So 16.5 into 2, that becomes the which is the 33.0, that is the kilojoule. Okay, now the finally we are going to get the plus, that is the 6.2, that is the kilojoule. Okay, hence in this case the option is, that is the D. The option is